Afternoon, Shaggy SoCal Tour for Forza, and second race for week two in this Cadillac V-Series.R. We're going to be at Le Mans, the full circuit. We were just last time we were here was in the Corvettes, the C8Rs, so it should still be fairly familiar to all of us. Though the speeds are going to be a little bit quicker, and I don't know, I'm still struggling a little bit with some of the braking, but for Le Mans, I'm just gonna dive right in, go out and run a couple flyers, talk about certain corners, and then hopefully do a practice race where I actually drive a little bit. I don't know what it is today. I just don't seem to have the rhythm today. Let's go ahead and start the race. See how well I do here. Third gear for the first part of the Ford chicane. You can use a lot of the curbing. Quick, I'm always late into the second part, but again, second gear out of the Ford chicane, you can use a lot of that inside curbing. Now, tires are still going to be a little bit cold here on this outlap, but you won't be able to go flat here, so as you pass, you're going to lift a little bit here, brake at the first sign on the left, on the right side. Third gear, second gear in traffic through the Dunlop chicane. Third gear, fourth gear. A little bit crack the throttle here. Brake just where the pavement changes down to third. A little bit later to turn in there. Third gear, up to fourth. I'm going to have to go to fifth. Drop it to fourth as you pass the course condition light. Turn in, use the inside curbing there. Try and stay off the outside. And you're out of Tête Rouge onto the Mulsanne. Now, as far as the Mulsanne, you can use the full width. If it's paved, you can use it. You can kind of see the difference in texture of the pavement between the actual road and the shoulder. So just be aware of that. Braking line lies to you here. At least, or I'm just not good enough. If you're relying on the braking line, maybe I'm struggling to get the braking right there. I actually did a fairly decent job that time, but the line turns red, I think, a little later, at least for how I brake, than I would need it. So I'm still trying to find an alternative to the braking. Braking here is underneath the second branch. Down to third. Front end's giving up a little bit. Again, medium tires, but still a little cold. So we'll do one more. Well, I'll probably do the track guide. This is such a long lap. I'll probably just do the track walk portion and then get into the mock race. So I'm going to turn in at the tree, brake just before the curving, pop the car out. Third gear, again, a little bit conservative on the braking there, but I do want to try and use the inside curving there on the apex. Kinks to the right a little bit. I think this is the Indianapolis straight. Heading down into Indianapolis. The right-hander is Indianapolis. It's the left-hander. Drop it down to sixth. Put the car track in. I didn't get the braking right there, but down third, maybe second gear. Up to fourth. Down to second. Be careful. There's a nasty bump in the curving there. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. I like to leave the car on the left side, and then just as the road kinks to the left, I just want the car to go out to the right, and then just kind of bring the car back across. This is the other one I'm having problems getting the braking right. Down to fifth gear. Through the Porsche curves. Just ease off the throttle. Ease off the throttle, let the car do the work. Downshift to fourth gear. Inside curving there. Watch out for those sausage curves. I had a bit of an incident there with those. Like the sixth, and that is Le Mans. All right. So we're gonna do the track walk here. Oh, track walk while I'm sitting in the car. So coming down the front straightaway. I don't do this as much anymore. It used to be in the old game. I used to use a lot of the left side curbing here to kind of open up the turn. But what I'm looking for is It won't be there in the race, but you have the you have the sector thing, the timing there. It's like, hey, you'll have it as a reference in practice, but it's not going to be there during the race. So the thing I'm looking for is you can see kind of the course condition light boom, that's over pit exit. Looking at that, and I think that if I get up a little closer, you do have you do have the white stripe on the left side on the green. So I'm kind of using those as the reference point. That's about where I'm going to be turning in. I can't do it flat. I don't think, maybe soft tires if you want to experiment, if you want to do it flat. But at that point, usually I'm just getting off the gas. I don't even know if I have to brush brake at all, and just let the car do the work through the corner. It'll just naturally scrub speed as you turn and give it steering as it's going uphill. So you won't really have to do much. Just word of note, for the tune I'm running for Le Mans, I'm running like the minimal downforce. It's all about the Mulsanne. But ultimately what I'm going to try and do is get the car to the right side on exit. And it's this first total energy sign that I'm looking for. There's also, you can see, it's easier to see the sign, but you can also see there's the white kind of timing line there on the green pavement. That's my braking point. So I'm braking way back here. Brake, 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 down to third gear. Second gear if you need it in traffic. Turn in again, we can use a lot of the inside curbings on these corners. I like doing that and shitting a little bit so I can get a better, kind of a much wider arc. I can carry a little bit more speed through the second half of the Dunlop chicane. Keep the car on the left here, third gear, fourth gear. A little bit of a lift to get down through here, and then we'll back into the throttle. I'm braking for this next set of corners just past where the pavement changes. So that's what I'm looking for. Brake, 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 down to third gear. Probably I'll do a little bit late of a turn in. Clip the inside here, roll it up, third, fourth gear. Out to the left side, fifth gear. What I'm looking for is the course condition kind of boom that's coming across there. That's a good reference point. So I'll be in fifth gear here. As I get to it, just past it, drop it to fourth, brake, turn in for Tête Rouge onto the Mulsanne. If I do it right, I'll use a lot of the inside curving here and just get on the outside curving on the way out. I don't want to really stray too far. Thankfully, the sausage curving on the exit of Tête Rouge are not as problematic as they were in Forza 7. So if you do get out there, that's fine. Maybe just ease off the throttle until you get the car straight and then roll back in. But then you're onto the Mulsanne. As I said before, the track limits, you can use, if it's paved, you can use it, but you can definitely see the difference in texture between the shoulder and the main road. This is public road at this point. So as far as what you feel in the wheel, at speed, as you get out here, you'll start to feel a little bit of a vibration as you get onto the shoulder. I think for me, straddling the white line on the edges is probably the best compromise. It gives me a little bit of wiggle room, but I can, open up the turn a little bit. Now, this is where I'm still having a problem. Coming down to the first chicane, I think this is I think they've named this one. They did the Daytona chicane. Wow, can't drive and I can't talk. The problem I'm having is finding something consistent to get the braking right. Now it's partly how I brake and how I have the car set up, but I'm finding that the braking line where it goes red is lying to you. I think if you're looking for that, and maybe I'm just horrible on the brakes, that's probably it, but I'm finding I actually need to brake a little bit before that. But what I can't find is a reliable marker that I can easily see to kind of correlate with it. So I can barely see the signs here. So that's something I'm going to be looking for through the mock race, because then at least I'll have some repetition. And usually as you get into rhythm and you kind of get a feel for it, then I can start, kind of expanding my peripheral, like, what am I seeing? What, seems to be the right place. Is there something I can key off of if I can't see it? But ideally, if you do it right, down, I think it's what, second gear. Just clip the inside of the curbing here. I'm going to use a lot of the curbing here, maybe take out the bollard, and then second gear, third gear on the way out. Use the inside curbing there, bring it all the way out, and then just start to bring it back across as you head up to the second chicane. So again, if it's paved, you can use it, no track limit violations. Again, I'll probably straddle. For me, and during the day you can see it pretty easily, but during the night it's a little bit more difficult. So, take this with a grain of salt. But there's two coming down the second part of the Mulsanne part D. You can see there's a tree there where the branches are overhanging. So that's the first one. It's the second tree branch that overhangs the circuit is what I'm using to help consistently brake for the second chicane. So it's this one right here. Let me back up a little bit. So that second branch that overhangs the circuit on the right side, if I can see it, that's what I'm going to be using. It's just before where the braking line goes red, but again, I'm still trying to sort out the braking. It's that if I use that as that branch goes out of view, if I hit the brakes here, I'm much more consistent into the chicane. I think ideally this one's third gear. In, and then gentle on the way out. Use a lot of the curbing there. You can go all the way out to the right side. Take out the little sector time marker. Bring the car back to the left side. And this one I'm also still trying to find the right angle in. What I'd like to try and do is to use the tree here that I'm just about to pass under to start bringing the car back towards, and I really can't, I can just barely see the inside curbing, but to bring the car back across so that I'm braking just before I get to this curbing. And what I'm trying to do is brake all the way, let the car kind of pop back out, and probably, bring the car all as far out and even across the white line as I can to open up the Mulsanne corner here, down to second gear, use the inside curbing and roll back into the throttle. That's what I'm trying to do. Doesn't always work. So heading down towards Indianapolis. Get another long straight. Treat these like individual turns. Just arc it in, apex, exit. It's the other one where I'm still trying to find the right braking marker. It used to be that there was a very clear fence on the left side that I could use. It's much harder to see now. And again, it's like these things are here in practice, but they're not here in the race. So it makes it a little difficult to know exactly, so I'll have to, when I get into the race, is the other one I'm going to be, trying to pay attention of what else can I see besides waiting for the braking line. But for me, it's, your seventh gear, it's a quick brake. Wow. Did not sleep well last night, I guess. So it'll be a quick brake downshift, at least down to sixth. Once you get that done, the car should track very nicely without needing to do any heavy braking. Once you get the car kind of through this part back to the right side, this is where you'll do the heavy braking for Indianapolis. And this will be down to third gear, possibly second, depending on traffic. Bank it in, out. Use a little bit of the exit curbing, but careful because that sand comes up quick. Bring the car back across, you'll probably be in fourth gear. And braking is right before the curbing. Now, this curbing, I don't know what it is, but it seems to have carried over from Forza 7. Be careful using the outside curbing here. There is a nasty bump that can unsettle the car. So just when you're braking here, give yourself a little bit of room. Down to second gear. Try and use as much of the inside curbing as you can, roll back into the throttle, and out of Arnage, heading down towards the Porsche curves. Now again, I like to keep the car, the left side here, then as the road kind of kinks to the left, and I'll let the car come out to the right side. It kind of opens up for the setup. And who knows, maybe this is partly my problem braking for the Porsche curves, but I'm going to bring the car back to the left side here. I think the problem is I'm trying to use, again, the sector time thing is going to be gone during the race. So we've got the wire that's kind of going across the track here. I think part of my problem is this car doesn't like to brake and turn at the same time. So when you get on the brakes, it's going to want to brake in a straight line. And for the angle I'm at, if I'm waiting until the wire to brake, I'm already on the left side. I'm still braking as the track starts to turn to the right, and that offsets me. So I think part of the kind of, again, a lot of it is just running laps. You know, I was cheating a little bit and putting the car in the middle of the track, but it might be that the line in is to actually, as you're getting to the braking, if you're on the left side of the track, to point it towards the middle, so that when you get on the brakes, you're going straight and kind of the road comes to you. So that's the other thing I'm still trying to figure out with this car, of where I need to have it positioned, you know, on the road, and at what angle to when I get on the brakes, that I don't go off on the left side. So 6th or 7th gear down to 5th, and for the Porsche curves, I'm in 5th for the first half of it at least. So, you know, it's 5th gear here, and it's just a lift of the throttle, let the car do the work, roll back in, lift of the throttle, turn in. Into the last part, this is where I will downshift a little bit, let the car, you know, feather the throttle, just straightens out, turn back in, still 4th gear. This curbing, actually before I started streaming, this curbing, I did a couple practice laps, and I think I clipped the last 1 or 2 of the sausage curbs, and it just pitched the car sideways to the right side of the track. So, you know, you can use the inside curbing, just be very cautious, you know, on those sausage curbs. Bring it out to the right side, you're full throttle at this point. Clip the curbing there, clip the curbing there. Probably up to 6th gear. Braking is just about where pit entry is. So brake right here. And again, 3rd gear, use a lot of the curbing. 2nd gear, use a lot of the curbing, a lot more than you think you can. I mean, I had my right sides on the like on the curbing there. It's amazing how much it'll let you. The game now lets you use for the final curbing. And then you're back out in the front straight, and that's a lap of Le Mans. So I still have things I got to sort out, but that's why I do the track guides to talk through some of this, and maybe I can sort things out. But then, you know, it's also the only time I really practice or have time to practice. So let's go ahead and exit. Go back to the event menu. I'm actually no. I need to exit out because I need to reset the race up. But I'm going to pause the stream slightly. Again, this is more technical glitch issues with static that sometimes happens on the live stream. So I'm just trying to do mitigating steps. So we'll get out of here. We'll go back into advanced setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the stream really quick here. Be right back, and then we'll set up and we'll do the mock race. Pause. And we're back. Let me reset the mic. And we're back. All right, so setting up for Le Mans. It's going to be a 9-lap race. Let me just double check that. Yep, we will be doing 9 laps. And we will go random. And rolling 24 will go random. And again, if it rains, nope, we're going to re-roll for weather. Number of drive tires, 23. Cars, that's fine. Rules, expert. Goes back, start. One mandatory pit stop. And I think that should do it. Yes. Second while that loads up.
The challenging Porsche curves are one more surprisingly fast sequence at Le Mans that must be smoothly attacked every lap.
I would agree with that sentiment. Okay, so car, because I want to simulate what I have to deal with. Hard tires, 100% fuel. Um, Again, I'm running. So 9 laps. If you do a full tank, and again, I'm running minimal downforce, so I will probably be I'd be able to get the full race length without refueling. So just keep that in mind. If you're running more downforce, you might need to put a little fuel in the car on your pit stop. But let's go ahead and we're gonna go. Nope. Let's start race. Where's it gonna put me? It's gonna put me right at the front. No, it puts me at the back again. Puts me about mid-pack, but I think for sake of racing, I'm gonna pull over here to the left and drop to the back. And that's the other weird thing is why did it? I was in first gear, then as soon as it said go, it put me in fourth. That happened to me. That happened on Thursday, and it's like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I don't know why it does that. Pace lap. I'm on drive cars. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get the kind of run out of temperature that I'm looking for, because everybody's going to check up here. Yep. Oh, come on. Expert driver Forza? Really? Figures it would be Master Driver that would run into me. Oh, that was almost really bad with the wall there. That second tree with the overhanging branch. As long as I can see it. Come on. Keep forgetting. I'm on hard tires and they're not up to temp yet. And unfortunately, given all the straightaways, they're not going to stay, tires aren't going to stay warm between the corners. Okay. So basically I'm looking at trees right now. We're trying to help figure out where to brake. I'm just concerned that now we're heading into night and I'm not going to see them as clearly. I'll try and point it out as I pass by. Get into the Porsche curves without going off. Kind of. Still need to work on that. Okay, well, we survived the first lap. Let's see if we can start moving forward. Here, right when the pavement changes, you can barely see that pavement change. Okay. Lights come on nice and early. Thank you. A little bit better. Oh, no, 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 you did. Alright, so coming down here, there's the first branch that's overhanging. Just going to look at the second one. That one. Maybe the third one. Third one. There we go. A little bit late or a little bit too gentle on the way in, but okay, coming up for the Mulsanne corner. What I was looking for is it's the first tree, big tree, as I kind of crest that hill. The braking kind of correlates with the tree with overhanging branches. Turn in here, brake there. And you know, it's one thing to point out. You know, it's dark. It's very tough to see now, but hopefully we'll get a little daylight here at the end. Now here, coming down towards our Indianapolis, there's a really tall, slender tree that sticks out, and then it's trees just past that. So no, there's a slender tree, and then it's the next set after that. The light pole is just past one of the light poles. But there's that bump. Throttle, a little breakdown, shift to fourth. Whoa! Almost didn't give enough steering. That's going to be a big penalty.
Total time penalty is about a second.
A little short shift to third there. I might try actually doing both sets of chicanes in third. Fusion. Don't check up in Tête Rouge. Get onto the Mulsanne. Wanted a clean run. Now, okay, so keeping an eye on the left side here. There's like houses. Light, brake. A little bit late. Okay, Overhanging branches. I think what I'll do is I'll pit at the end of lap 4. Tree. Oh no! Wow, Darby, 45 seconds out already. Late. Level 50. Okay, I'll be able to retire this car and buy a new Caddy and level it up because it's all about the discounts. Okay, that's a going off a light pole there. Looks like it lines up the braking line pretty nicely. Down to 4th a little early. That's where that tire difference plate comes into play. I just don't have the lateral grip that most of the driver car is going to have. I want to do it in 3rd gear this time. 3rd gear might be fine. Just a little bit of a brake, just a confidence brake, just to make sure the car turns. And again, softer tires, you may not have to do that. Pick up a draft from here. Yep, I can. Oh, big draft. To the inside just to make sure. That was a big draft. So I guess it is about that, you know, kind of like once you get about 8/10 back. Surprise! Well, he's not gaining on me. It's a little bit late there. Marker's having all sorts of problems. Light pole, light pole. It's like DRS engaged. that light pole there. That's what I can go off of for the braking. If I can't see the braking line as easily because I'm right behind somebody. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pit. And the nice thing, I think, if I remember correctly, is I can just... Oh, shit! I'm an idiot. Okay, the steward's gonna have to talk with me after the race, but... times like this, it's like, hey, can I just, like, start this race over? So yeah, if you get it... I'm stuck. Okay, yeah. So as long as you don't miss it, it's a quick off in the merge lane. It catches you very early. So yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have done the track guides today. Custom 100%. Yeah, I think we're going to do all the repair. That's just more cars for me to pass there for the end of the race. Oh, excuse me. The pit lane exit here, and I have to go back and look at them all, but I know we typically like to use the old pit lane that goes all the way up to the Dunlop chicane, but it's just going to dump us out here. Just keep it to the right. Okay, so I'm back at 11. I'm stupid. Let's see if I can make up some places here. I'll pick up a bit of the draft here, but I won't be able to make it past into the first chicane. Oh, maybe I will. Holy crap. Of course no penalty. I was there. I was fully alongside. I was past him. To Raymar. Second light pole. Didn't scrub off. I only downshifted once. I need to get in the fifth. There's pit entry. As I missed my braking and almost go into the wall again. That draft. All right, what do you think? What do you think Hieronymus is going to go off at Mulsanne? Straight into the gravel. Drivatars. Yeah, Etcher 10, they still need a bit of work. I don't know if you're still relying on player data from the individuals and trying to make it up when you don't have anything for that player, but I don't know. A little bit too quick in, so I had to go to second. We'll take freebies. Pump in there. Ah!
Total time penalty is about 1.5 seconds.
Pushing because I'm trying to stay in the draft. I don't know if I got it. There we go. Oh, baby toe. Just in the drafting range, but by the time it really picks up, I really can't do anything with it. Sun's coming up. GTI versus GTP. Actually, at Le Mans, this would be what they would call magic hour. You know, the sun's just coming up, so visibility's better, temperature's still relatively cool. It's usually when you see the fastest lap goes into the penalty. It's usually when you see the
Total time penalty is about 3 seconds.
fastest laps set during the race.
Last lap. Let's go.
I don't know if fourth place is in front of Raymar, but I guess we'll find out here in a minute. I should have, it's kind of one of those, I'm kicking myself a little bit there. I should have moved enough to the right just to be able to kind of see the braking line a little bit easier. So I still haven't found something else I can look at to help me out there. This fourth. That'll be another penalty.
Total time penalty is about 3 seconds.
It's the challenge of the hard tires. Is once you lose the front end, there's nothing I can really do. At this point, hey Stu. Probably, I don't know. I'll probably be able to catch Raymar by the end of the lap, but I won't be able to put 2.7 seconds on it. Unless he does something like that. Thank you. Ooh, a little wide. I'm going for it. Excuse me.
Total time penalty is about 4.5 seconds.
Oh, I got an achievement. American Challenger. Completed a race in the V-Series.R on Le Mans. So there you go. So that's the Cadillac V-Series.R at Le Mans. I think the real drivers and real cars do a lot better than I do. But and again, yeah, 9 laps is right in the range for the race. So with that, I'm gonna call it a day on streaming. Quit while I'm behind. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and we'll see you on Thursday. Happy racing.